CDC says the COVID vaccine doesn't actually stop the spread of the virus. Okay. So why are we banning unvaccinated teachers from their own classrooms? We talked to one teacher who's taking her case to court. And domestic terrorists. That's what the National School Board Association wants to label parents who stand up for their kids. Plus, Biden insults the American people, and they're talking back. Big blue cities block America. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Well, you can't say we didn't try to warn them. It's becoming more obvious by the day that these power-hungry governors and radical mayors are endangering their states' futures and will eventually see their states left behind. We tried to warn red and blue states that if they went the way of Europe and kind of slow-rolled their reopenings, the free states would ultimately leave them all behind. And sure enough, we see it's all come to pass. Democrat-run states and cities that drag their feet on reopening and continue to weigh down their businesses and schools with all these mandates are bringing down the economy for the rest of America. One Bloomberg columnist recently looked at 7 metro regions: New York, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, DC, Boston, and Philly. Now, while all those places accounted for 25% of job losses at the beginning of the pandemic, they're now responsible for a staggering 44.8% of the job losses. The national average unemployment rate is 5.2%, but for New York and LA, it's over 10%. Chicago's still atrocious at 8%. Wow. So why is this happening? Because not everyone has the luxury of working from home, people. As one Bloomberg column notes, many high-skilled service workers started to work remotely. As a result, low-skilled service workers in big cities bore most of the recent pandemic's economic impact. Duh. I mean, anyone with a little bit of gray matter upstairs should have seen this freight train of an unemployment problem coming. It's also harmful. It's also unnecessary. Lawyers and accountants, people like that, they did great. They were able to take up knitting and beekeeping. But Fauci and the government's smug COVID enforcers, they didn't consider what they were doing here. The facts tell us something very important about what's going on, about the trillions of dollars in new taxing and spending that Biden, after everything we've been through, wants to ram through. First of all, we don't need any of it. Most of the U.S. economy is doing fine. And the blue cities simply need to fully reopen, bring everyone back to work, and just as we've been saying for months. There's plenty of pent-up demand out there and plenty of job opportunities for people just getting started in the workplace. But the blue state mayors, your friends like Lori Lightfoot, Eric Garcetti, Bill de Blasio, they adamantly refuse to do the right thing and instead are doing everything possible to prevent life from returning to normal.
Here's my message to all the mayors of America. Put these mandates in place. Put these incentives in place.
We cannot maximize the safety of our workplaces without people being fully vaccinated. That is that's my goal.